Well, what an interesting situation we find ourselves in, Poshmark sellers. I hate to say I told you so, but we are in quite a predicament, aren't we? So I just was on a walk. I just happened to click into Poshmark because I got an offer. I saw the new fees update. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, Poshmark recently had changed their fees, I think on October 3rd, 2024. So it went from 20% to this other weird kind of thing. And then everybody, of course, got in a tizzy, and I made a video about it explaining what I was going to do and why we shouldn't get all in a tizzy about it, because sometimes things have a way of shaking themselves out. But of course, the Poshmark community, love you like I do, got all crazy. And so then the backlash ensued, and then Poshmark said we're going to take a look at it. And now here we are today. It is October 21st, and Manish, the CEO, released a statement saying that everything is going to go back to the way it was. So I thought for sure that when all the backlash happened, they would come to something in the middle. And I almost thought to myself, wouldn't that be a little dastardly plan of theirs if they said, let's make it really crazy, so then when they go nuts, like we know they're going to, we'll come to this middle area, which is what we really want, and then everybody will think we're fantastic because we listened to them and we heard you, and we come back to this middle thing, which is actually what they wanted all along. So I really thought that that was going to happen, and I don't mind being wrong. I'm wrong all the time. So interesting. So I thought that was going to happen, but it didn't. So now we're just basically back to where we were. They're taking away the discounted shipping for Poshmark ambassadors. They're taking away the 1-2 fee structure, 1-2-3 fee structure. They're taking away the 5.99% and all the other weird and not easy things that they said was so easy. So all of that is going away, and we're just going back to where we were. 20% fee on anything over $15, $2.95 fee on anything under $15, and we eat the discounted shipping and all those kinds of things. So it's just like as if this was all a dream and it never happened. And honestly, I'm okay with it. Really, I don't have a choice, of course, but I'm fine with it because I was doing fine before. Then, of course, I looked at what the situation was when it changed, and I didn't get all crazy, because I just usually don't. I've been around a long time doing this. I've seen things change. I've seen how the community reacts, and I'm just not that kind of gal. So I was really on the fence of, I want to just wait and see how this all plays out, because I did think there was going to be a walk back of some kind. I didn't see that it was going to be a complete revert, but I thought there was going to be a walk back of some kind. And so I didn't want to rush to do all kinds of changes like everyone was pushing for. Rebecca, make the video. What do you like? I wasn't even gonna make a video, and the only reason why I made the last video was because I got comments and DMs saying, what do you think? What should we do? And honestly, you should not look to me to tell you how to run your business. I love that you do or want to or whatever, and I am happy to always help, and my goal is to help, but you need to make your own decisions when it comes to your business. This is your business. I'm here to share things that work. I'm here to show ideas. I'm here to say what's working for me so that you can say, maybe I could take a little bit of that and do something. I'm here to answer questions, just as someone has been here, I'm the senior and you're the freshman kind of thing, like I've been around a little bit so I can help you out and show you the ropes, but I can't tell you how to run your business, and I don't want to, because it's your own business and your life is probably very different than mine, and I make decisions on my business for what works for me, and that could be completely different than you. So I hate to see people just like waiting to hear what I have to say, and not just me. I mean, of course, they're out there, I'm sure, looking to many other Poshmark YouTube people, Instagram people. It's not like I'm so special. I'm not saying that. But people that happen to watch my channel want to know what I have to say. People that watch somebody else's channel, they want to know what they have to say. So I just think that everyone needs to make sure that you're running your own business and you're doing what works for you. and look to us so that we can all together as a community help each other through these kinds of situations and share ideas and thoughts. But don't look to me to tell you what to do, because that's an awesome responsibility. I don't think I want that. And this is your business. Anyway, so that's one thing. So I kind of miscalled it as far as like what they were going to go back to, but here we are. So I didn't make that many changes. I did make a few things. I dropped prices on one category of very high priced items that I had, because it worked well, and I'm actually going to keep it. I think it's going to be fine. So I'll make a little bit less money on those items, but I have a lot of profit built into it. That's fine. Discounted shipping going away, as far as Poshmark paying for it versus me paying for it. I've always paid for it because I've always, like sent out offers, and I've always planned to pay that $2 discounted shipping. So that's the same for me. I'm not worried about that. And as far as the 20% fee goes, I factored that into all of my listings going into it. You guys know that I really believe in having a uniform business model, uniform offer to liker strategy, uniform pricing system, buy costs, list price, everything factored in a uniform way so that you can utilize your Posher VA and your automation. And honestly, in situations like this, because I don't have to change anything because I planned for everything to begin with. And so now I don't have to change anything. So if you went through and dropped a bunch of prices, I think there's a lot of us influencers out there that said, you should kind of wait and see. Like, you shouldn't just do all this stuff crazy yet. Like, you should chill out a little bit and see what happens. I think a lot of us called it that they're going to walk something back. Mercari did. I think it was really silly of them to think that they were going to get away with this. Like, we're idiots over here in Poshmark land. I don't know if they just think we're stupid women or I don't know what. But no, obviously people are being assessed a giant fee at a time like this where it's tight for people. They're going to go elsewhere. They're going to go shop somewhere else, and they're going to not be taken advantage of by Poshmark. So I'm glad that the buyer protection fee is going away. That was a stupid thing. And I just really hope that you guys out there didn't make a lot of changes. And I think the larger lesson here is, I don't know why I'm still holding this. Like, I was going to read the thing, and it's like, you can go in the app and find all of the things, but basically went back to the way it was before, and we all know what it was before. So I think the big lesson here that I did want to make with this video is that when the changes come from any platform, you have to hold the line. You have to analyze it. You have to step back, see how things play out. You can't just jump at every whim. You can't jump at every crazy thing that happens. You have to be measured in what you do. So that's number one. Number two, always remember, this is not our platform. It might be your business, but you are on their platform. And so that is a choice that you make. You can either sell on Poshmark or not. I choose to sell on Poshmark. Through all the crazy stuff that they have sent my way over the last 8 or 9 years that I've been doing this, I've been able to bob and weave my way through what they have thrown at me. But at some point, if that doesn't work for me, I won't be selling on Poshmark anymore. And I'm not like cuckoo about that. Like, I get that is a very real thing. So I'm in it. I love Poshmark. I've loved Poshmark for years, and I still believe it to be, what I want it to be. But if at some point it isn't, then it won't be anymore. So I think that's the second point. And then the third thing is, your business should not bob and weave and change with everything that they throw at you. So like I said, I've done it, and I have, because sometimes you have to. But between that first change on October 3rd and this change now back to it, I didn't really change anything. I lowered prices on one category of items that was high priced. That is the only change that I made, and I'm going to stick with it because I actually think it was a good play to do, and I'm sticking with it. So my point is that you need to build your business on the front end so that it can withstand a lot of these things. And I've said that in a lot of different ways in a lot of different videos. So whether it is having a pricing formula, which I do, and I have a video on that, whether it's having everyday promotions instead of flash sales, I have a few videos on everyday promotions and how to run those, whether it's having a business model for your offer to likers and having a set way that it all goes out and it works for all of your items, all of that is built in, and none of that changed from October 3rd to October 21st, whether the fees were this or the fees were that. My entire business model did not have to change. Whereas many people made all kinds of changes to all of their listings to do all kinds of stuff. And that's a shame. Your business shouldn't be so reactive to some kind of market condition, platform condition. So I implore you to use this as a learning opportunity, because this won't be the last time that Poshmark or another platform you're on makes a change. But you can now look at it when that happens again. You can be smarter, right? So you can weather the storm a little bit better next time, because you're going to say, I'm going to implement a pricing formula. I'm going to implement a offer to likers strategy that's consistent across the board. I am going to implement discounted shipping on the front end and make it part of everything so that I can just roll with it. And it's not a up or down kind of thing. Like $2 should not be breaking you. You should be able to eat $2. And if you can't, you have to figure out that situation with that item. So I'm not saying on every item you want to make $2 less. Of course not. But I think that a lot of people have way too skinny of margins. People are paying way too high for items. People don't have a uniform pricing strategy. They're not sending, enough and deep enough offers. And so this is a really good opportunity to say, okay, we just went through this big, giant, tumultuous blip. And now I'm going to shore up my business for future blips. How can I do that? Let's go back to some of Rebecca the Reseller's videos and really go through and say, how can I make my business more bulletproof in these scenarios? Because like I said, I did not make any other changes except for I had about 50 things listed in a certain price. They're like high-end dresses, and I dropped those a certain amount, and I'm going to keep that. I'm not even going to change it back because I'm okay with that pricing model, even on the 20%. And so I think that that's the beauty of the way I set up my business, with all of these rules and all of these criteria and all of these things. And maybe you guys watch my videos and you're like, she's crazy. I can't do that. I don't want to do that. That seems like a lot of work, or it seems silly. What's the point? This is why. This is why. Not just now, but so that if you think about it on the front end, all the things that happen along the way won't mess you up. You can just kind of stay the course. So if you want, maybe what I can do when I post the video is put links to the videos I'm talking about, because I never put them in the cards, but maybe I'll put them in the comments or something. But I would recommend that you check out my pricing formula video, my offer to liker strategy, and maybe everyday promotions. I think those would be really good. I'm actually working on some new everyday promotions, so when I have those worked out, I will share them. I don't usually share it till I kind of get it situated. But let me know what questions you guys have about this. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments. I'm dying to know, and I will see you guys in the next video. If you haven't checked out my free reseller resource guide, you should get that. The link is down below. My best value bundle with all of my courses and digital downloads is only $20. You can get that through the reseller resource guide. And oh, hi doggy, hi honey. My doggy's just popped open the door. And then also, I'm starting to post on Sundays and Wednesdays. So I usually just post on Sundays. Now I'm starting to do a Wednesday video as well. So make sure you are checking out my channel on Sundays and Wednesdays. I will see you guys soon. Take care. Bye.